Namaste everybody, my name's Andrew from the Gold Coast. Welcome to Stretch and Relax online. So we just want to get you settled, so please lie back, stretch your legs out in front of you. Feel your feet to fall naturally to the sides. You can have your arms a little out to the sides, your palms up, your fingers soft, relaxed. You don't want any tension in the shoulders, so if you can, wriggle your shoulders down and away from the neck. Feel a little wave of relaxation roll down your arms towards your fingertips. Fingers are very soft. Scan down the body. Feel the straightness in the spine. Tuck your chin in comfortably to the chest. You can start to soften your face. You can do this by slightly separating your teeth. Takes a little tension out of the muscle of the jaw. You can turn up the corners of the mouth, a very subtle smile. That smile benefits you physically, it benefits you mentally. You can close your eyes. Shuts out some of the external distractions, makes it easier to quieten the mind. And just start to very one-pointedly draw your focus down onto your breathing. So often your breathing happens automatically, you don't even know what's going on. Now try to become very aware of each inward breath, each outward breath, and the effects that the breathing does have on the body. As you inhale, feel the whole of the body as one to open up and expand. As you exhale, just let the body go. That outward breath is a natural muscle relaxant. Inhale, feel yourself to again open up and expand every cell from the tip of the toes to the top of the head. Outward breath, release. As you inhale, feel yourself drawing in fresh oxygen, fresh prana, rejuvenating all the cells of the body. Be a little aware of the coolness of the inward breath compared to the warmth of the outward breath. And now that your body's relaxed slightly, you've quietened the mind a little bit by just focusing on the breathing. And we're going to deepen both of these effects with a full, deep yoga breath. It's the most efficient way to breathe. So just starting by drawing your right hand high up onto your chest. Release your left hand to rest on or around the belly button region. And on the next inward breath, first we'll draw the air into the bottom of the lungs, so the bottom hand to rise slightly. The air flows fluently through the middle of the lungs, finally filling the top of the lungs as your shoulders naturally expand. And the exhalation is the reverse. Push the air out from the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, and gently tighten your abdominals as you squeeze out any stale air. Inhale, filling the lungs again from the very bottom to the very top, just like filling a glass of water. And the exhalation is the reverse. So your breathing is very deep, filling the lungs from the very bottom to the very top. It's the most efficient way to breathe. Because your breathing is deep and efficient, you can even afford to slow the breath. Don't need to slow the breath much, but if you can slow it a little, it's beneficial on a couple of different levels. If you slow the breathing, it's easier for the body to uptake and use oxygen. If your mind is resting on the rhythm of the breathing and you in turn slow the breath, in turn you calm the mind. If your mind is a little calm, this is going to benefit the body. Your body is well oxygenated, a little soft, comfortable body is going to benefit the mind. So we're just setting the scene. So your breathing is slow, it's deep. Now try to make your breathing very smooth. So as your breath turns around at either end, visualize the ends of a paperclip. Feel the inward breath merge with the outward breath, and the outward breath merge with the inward breath. Your breathing is now slow, deep, smooth. If your mind does wander from the rhythm of the breath, don't wrestle with it, don't fight with it, just gently draw your focus back. Harness your mind, rest your mind onto the rhythm of the breathing. You're just giving the mind one thing to do, just like giving a young child a Lego set or a pen and paper to keep them a little quiet. Breathing is slow, deep, smooth. Once you do have that breathing rhythm, you can relax your arms down by your sides. Palms up, fingers very soft, very relaxed. If you like, you can touch top of the thumb to the top of the index finger. Just creates a circuit so the energy in the body can flow. It helps to bring balance. And it's very easy now. Comfortable body, quiet mind to step into meditation. When the yogis meditate, they focus on the sound vibration of a mantra. A mantra is a spiritual, a transcendental sound. The word mantra, man means mind, and tra means to draw away from or to deliver. So a mantra draws your mind away from material anxieties, worries, stresses. And the yogis just let your mind rest on the beautiful sound of a mantra. It's described as spiritual nourishment or food for the soul. So it just allows yoga to give you that balance of physical, mental and spiritual well-being. So the idea with the mantra is we're going to add a mantra to the full length of the outward breath, saying it loud enough that we can hear it, clear enough that we can understand it. And as you inhale, just thinking to yourself the sound of the mantra. So the mantra we are going to use at the beginning of the class is Gauranga. We break it up into 4 syllables. Gaur, Ra, Ang, Ga. So on the outward breath, the mantra sounds like Gauranga. Again, as you inhale, just thinking to yourself the mantra Gauranga, and then again, we add it to the outward breath. So on the second outward breath, we're going to add the mantra, so harmonizing our breathing and inhaling deeply together. And exhaling together. Inhaling. Very gently let the mantra fade. Draw your focus back onto your breathing. And just start to very simply rock the head and neck back and forth, side to side. We're just going to let go of a little bit of tension, a little bit of tightness in the neck. Make sure your face is soft and relaxed. If your face is soft, that softness will reflect in the rest of the body. If your face is scrunched up and tense, that tension will reflect in the rest of the body. When you are ready, draw your head back up to center. And one at a time, draw your knees up towards the chest. Wrap your arms around the outside of both knees. If you can, draw the knees in towards the body, stretching in the back of the legs, starting to loosen the low part of the back. Just keeping in mind, if you feel any stress or strain or pain in a particular pose, don't do it. No one's here to compete. No one's here to get into the perfect pose. Little bit by little bit, we just want to open up the body. If you are comfortable, no issues with the neck, draw your head up, nose towards the knees, rounding the spine, tailbone to the top of the neck. The breath is still slow, deep, smooth. And release, back of the head to the floor, soft face. Arms are still wrapped around the outside of the knees and just very gently rocking side to side. Just massaging the back into the floor. You start to let go of a little tension, a little tightness. You're working those muscles down either side of the spine. You can release your elbows to the floor, forearms at almost right angles. And continue rocking the knees side to side, palm to palm. When you drop your elbows down to the floor, you get a little bit more support. If you can rock the knees a little further, side to side. When the elbows are on the floor, it also helps to flatten out your shoulders. If your shoulders are flat and you're rocking the knees side to side, you're going to loosen the low part of the back, the middle part of the back. And if you are comfortable, no issues with the chair, with the neck, start to roll the head and the neck in the opposite direction to the knees and the hips. So just twisting the spine, tailbone to the top of the neck. Literally just wringing out the spine like you wring out a wet towel. It's nice and gentle. Internally, you're wringing out your liver, kidney, spleen, gallbladder. You're helping to detoxify those internal abdominal organs. The twisting motion helps keep the spine supple, pliable. And in many cases, the twisting motion helps to realign the spine. And as you inhale, comfortably draw the head, draw your neck, draw the knees back up to center. Drop your feet flat to the floor. Feet are hip width apart, knees are hip width apart, arms are in by your sides. Tuck your chin in. On an inward breath, push into the feet. If you can, lift your hips up. Stretch your knees out in front of you. Start to open up the chest, roll your arms up and back behind you. Exhale, slowly rolling the back out into the floor, vertebra by vertebra. Push the tailbone out towards the back of the heels. Feel the back to lengthen, your back to soften. The arms settle at the same time as the back. Inhale, push into the feet, lift your hips up. Knees forward, open the chest, roll your arms up and back. Exhale, roll your arms back down by your sides. Just work in sequence with your own breathing. Muscles in the legs are contracting, they're building strength, they're building stamina. As you stretch the knees out in front of you, you're lengthening the spine. You help to create a little bit of space between the vertebral discs. It's easier for the discs to absorb more nutrients. In many cases, they can become a little bit more plump, work better as a shock absorber between the vertebral bones. Again, if you get tired, feel very comfortable resting. No one is here to compete. No one's here to get into that perfect pose. You're opening up the chest. This aids ease of breathing. When you open up the chest, you also squeeze and compress the thymus gland. You help to detoxify it. When you release from the pose, fresh blood, fresh nutrients enter the thymus gland. And the thymus gland is a large part of your immunity system. If you can look after it, your immunity is generally stronger. With the twisting poses, you're detoxifying internally. If you're detoxifying the spleen, and you release from the twists, fresh blood, fresh nutrients enter the spleen. If your spleen is functioning better, your immunity is also generally stronger. Physical movements, getting the blood moving around the body, the lymph moving around the body. Blood will filter out toxins through the kidneys and the spleen. The lymph will filter out toxins through the lymph nodes. So if you can, just 2 more stretches. Really feel the length in the body as you do extend out through the knees at the front, the fingertips in the back. You're working the breathing in nice sequence with the stretching. And as you exhale, release. Roll your arms down by the sides. Roll your tailbone out towards the back of the heels for the back to lengthen, your back to soften. When your back is comfortable, draw your right knee up towards the chest. Both hands around the outside of the right knee. If that's uncomfortable, the back of the right thigh. Left leg can be bent, or if you can, stretch it out in front of you, whatever's good for your back personally. But as you exhale, empty your lungs, draw the right knee towards the chest, to the side of the chest. Inhale, soften the right leg a little. Exhale, empty the lungs, you draw the knee in. Inhale, softening. So just releasing again the low part of the back of the right leg. If you want length in the body, push out firmly through the left heel. Tuck your chin in towards the chest, lengthening the neck and extend out through the crown of the head. If you are comfortable and no issues with the neck, you can go a little further. As you exhale, draw the knee in, try to comfortably draw the head up, nose towards the knee, around the upper back. Inhale, soften, back of the head to the floor. 2 more if you can. And release, back of the head to the floor, soft face. Little circles, right ankle. One direction, starting small, slowly building. Just trying to loosen your ankle joint. And then back, opposite direction. If you can, little circles, everything below the knee. A little rotation, starting small, slowly building. Again, if your mind wanders, just draw it back to the breathing. Your mind has to rest somewhere. Let it rest on the rhythm of your slow breath. And release. The right leg bent or stretched. Draw the left knee up. Work in the same fashion, opposite side of the body. Whatever's comfortable for you. Exhale, empty the lungs. You draw the left knee in. Inhale, softening the left leg. Either pushing out with the right heel or having the right leg bent. But again, releasing high up into the back of the left leg. If you want to warm the body, breathing through the nose warms the air, cleans the air, humidifies the air before it enters the lungs. It's very beneficial. If you can go a little further, again, exhale, draw the knee in, draw the head up if it's comfortable. No issues with the neck. Soft, relaxed face. And release, back of the head to the floor. 3 more. And release, back of the head to the floor. Little circles, left ankle. You may hear a few creaks, a few cracks as you do let go of some tension. And then back, opposite direction. Work everything below the knee in a little rotation. Starting small, slowly building. Again, back, opposite direction. And release. Stretch both your legs out in front of you, slightly apart. Feel your feet fall naturally to the sides. Your arms are out from the sides of the body a little, palms down for support. Tuck your chin in. On an inward breath, push into the palms, draw the right knee towards the chest. Exhale, comfortably release the knee to the right side. Extend the leg out in front. Inhale, knee towards the chest. Exhale, release the knee to the right. Extend the leg out in front. So starting small circles, but just slowly working that ball and socket joint of the right hip towards a fuller, rounder rotation. Pushing the palms into the floor helps keep the hips even, so you do work into that ball and socket joint specifically. Movement creates the synovial fluid, it's going to lubricate. So the bone of the leg glides around more comfortably inside the socket of the hip. And then back, opposite direction. Start small, slowly building. If you can breathe through the nose, it's easy for the body to absorb more chi, more prana. This is intrinsic energy from the surrounding environment. And release. Stretch your right leg out in front of you. Wriggle the hips. Feel that right hip to be a little lighter, softer, warmer than the left. When you are ready, inhale, push into the palms. Left knee to the chest. Exhale, release the knee to the left side. Extend the leg out in front. Inhale, knee to the chest. Exhale, release to the side, extending the leg out in front. So again, starting small, slowly building. Soften the ankles, the knees, the hips. Much easier for the blood, the lymph, the energy to flow the full length of the legs. And then back, opposite direction. Start small, slowly building. So we've stretched into the back of the legs. We've opened up the hips. We've prepared for the next pose. Slightly harder. If you can't do the pose, feel very, very comfortable resting, not doing it, waiting for the next one. When you are ready, stretch the left leg out in front. Again, wriggle the hips, feel them light, soft, a little warm. And if you can, draw your heels up towards your buttocks. Calves at almost right angles. Tuck your chin in. Try placing your right ankle up on top of the left knee. Reaching through both hands, back of the left thigh or the left shin. If you can't do it, rest or try using a strap. As you inhale, draw the left leg in towards the body. Feel the stretch into the right buttock. Exhale, soften. Inhale, drawing in the left leg. Exhale, softening. So each outward breath, you're letting go of tension, letting go of tightness in that right buttock area. If you can do so on a regular basis, you can often take pressure off the large sciatic nerve. This nerve comes out of the base of the spine, splits, goes down the back of both thighs. If you soften the buttocks and the back of the legs, you can often take pressure off the nerve. So the pose in many cases is a cure or a prevention. Doesn't work in all cases, but well worth trying. Many, many people do end up with sciatic pain, sciatic discomfort. If you can, rest the back of the head into the floor, but just try to make sure that face is soft, very relaxed. And release. Left ankle up on top of the right knee. Tuck the chin in, reaching through. Both hands back of the right thigh or the right shin. As you inhale, draw the right leg in towards the body. Exhale, softening. Just work with the breathing. Each outward breath, softening. Think of somebody who sighs. When you sigh, it's a big outward breath and the body just lets go. This is how the yogis are using the breathing. Inhale, in many cases you expand. Exhale, release. It's a natural muscle relaxant. And release. If you want to come up simply, just roll onto your right side, push yourself up your left arm. If you want to roll up, massaging your back into the floor, you've got a nice thick yoga mat, plush carpet. Try drawing your knees up towards the chest. Wrap your arms around the underside of the knees. Tuck your chin in. Gently start to rock back and forth. If it's uncomfortable, don't do it. You're not rolling onto the neck, but you're just helping to iron out some of the aches, some of the pains in the back. And if you can, roll up, comfortable, seated position. Extend your legs out in front of you. Push out firmly through your heels. Hands in by your sides, pushing the palms or fists. Lift the buttocks slightly. Exhale, release. Feel the sitting bones settle. They're well balanced. Cross your right leg over the left. If you can't do that, on the inside of the left leg, right arm behind you. Push into the palm, extend the fingertips away from you, extend up through the crown of the head. Exhale, soften comfortably to the right. Nothing major. Work a twist up the spine. Slowly bring your head to look towards or over the right shoulder. Use the breathing. Inhale, extend up through the crown of the head. Exhale, soften a little to the right. So again, you are wringing out the spine. Tailbone to the top of the neck, helping to keep it supple and pliable. You're going to feel the tightness in the abdominal region as you do wring out. Again, the liver, kidney, spleen, gallbladder. When you release from the pose, fresh blood, fresh nutrients are going to enter those organs. They tend to function better. And release. If you can, cross your left leg over the right. Left arm behind you, push into the palm, extend up through the crown of the head. Exhale, soften comfortably to the left, nothing major. Twisting the spine back in the opposite direction. Face is soft, breathing is slow, deep, smooth. Your mind is engaged, just resting on the rhythm of the breath. And release. So draw your knees up, take a hold of the outside of the knees. Inhale, extend up through the crown of the head. Exhale, release yourself back. Support yourself with your arms, support yourself with your abdominals. That's level 1. You can release your hands. If your abdominals are strong, you don't have any issues with the back. Level 2. If you're comfortable there, you're not shaking, draw your feet up. You're building abdominal strength. If your abdominals are strong, you tighten them, it then draws the back muscles into play. You end up with a girdle. Strength at the front, strength at the back. And drop the feet to the floor. Take a hold of the outside of the knees. Curl up. Simple little pose. Extend up through the crown of the head. Really lengthen the spine. Feel yourself compressing your abdominal organs. A couple of deep breaths. You're going to feel the diaphragm moving up and down. It's going to massage those internal abdominal organs. Really flattens and lengthens the low part of the back. So if you can, wriggle the spine, draw it up and out. Extend up through the crown of the head. And release. You can bring your knees back and around behind you. Come into the cat with all fours. Hands beneath your shoulders, fingers well spread, lift up and out of your arms. On the inward breath, comfortably look up. Start to open up the front of the body, the front of the spine. Exhale, round the back. Tuck your chin towards the chest, eyes look up towards your belly button, tuck the tailbone down. Inhale, comfortably looking up. Exhale, rounding. That's a nice easy option. Cat up, cat down. If you're comfortable, you can go a little harder. Inhale, look up. Stretch up and back with the right leg. Keep the arms long and strong. Hips even. Exhale, round the back. Draw the knee and the chin down and through towards each other. Inhale, comfortably looking up. Stretching up and back with the right leg. Exhale, rounding. So just working with the breathing, but really, again, helping to keep the spine supple and pliable. As you curve and arch, you're massaging the abdominal region. You aid digestion, you aid elimination from the body. Try to keep your arms long and strong. Make it a weight-bearing exercise for the bones of the arms. And one more good stretch up. Lift up and out of the arms, open the front of the body. And release. Knees to the floor. Tuck your toes in underneath at the back and comfortably walk your hands back. If you can, stretch your toes out. You do not want the pain factor. You want to feel the toes to lengthen if you're comfortable. Bring your hands out. Extend your arms out in front of you, completely loose. Just softening the full length of the arms. Again, just allowing the blood, the lymph, the energy to flow to the tip of the digits. Literally flicking any tension off the end of the fingers. And release. Again, very simple. Cat up, cat down, or tiger pose, left leg. Inhale, looking up, stretch up and back with the left leg. Exhale, round the back, draw the knee and the chin down and through. So you're rounding the spine. Now opening up the front of the spine. Try to keep your hips even. If it gets sore on your wrists, push into the base of the fingers, the palms of the hands. You can even try resting on fists. We've twisted the spine in both directions a couple of times. Now moving it up and down, front and back. Spine is supple, pliable. It benefits you in everything you do, from walking to breathing. And then one more good stretch up, lift out of the arms and release. Knees to the floor. Tops of the feet to the floor behind you. Walk your hands back if need be, kneeling position. If you can, drop your buttocks onto the heels. Big toes touch at the back. Shuffle your knees to the edges of the mat. Lift up a long spine, open up the chest for ease of breathing. Exhale, walk the same long spine forward. You can rest on forearms, forehead on your forearms, or if you can, stretch your arms out in front of you. But use the breath. Inhale, you open up, you expand. Exhale, let it go. Feel your hips drop down towards the ground. There's a good stretch on the inner thighs as your knees are splayed to the sides. Your spine is long, you can lengthen it. If you walk those fingertips out very subtly in front of you. If you walk the fingertips out again, you're going to soften into the underside of the shoulders. It's one yoga pose, multiple different benefits. So that physical side of yoga is just designed to bring a little bit of comfort to the body. Breathing, the relaxation calms the mind. When the body's comfortable, the mind is quiet, very easy to step into meditation. So you can add that spiritual balance for that whole holistic approach. Physical, mental, spiritual. When you're ready, walk your hands back. You can shuffle your knees back in together. Come back strongly into the cat with all fours. Lift up and out of the arms. As you inhale, bring your head to look over your right shoulder. Push out with the right hip to the right side. You're opening up the left side of the body, left side of the spine. And release head and hip back to centre. Inhale, look over your left shoulder. Push out with the left hip. You're opening up the right side of the body. And release back to centre. So just work in sequence with your own breathing. Nice and easy, cat, side to side. That final movement for the spine. Up and down, twisting, now side to side. It is a nice, easy option. If you want to go a little bit harder, you can draw yourself back to centre. If you can shuffle your hands a few inches out in front of the shoulders. Spread the fingers. Tuck the toes in underneath at the back. Feet are hip width apart. Downward dog, pushing into the hands, the feet. Lift your hips up high. If you can, start to cycle with the legs. Bend the right knee, stretch back with the left leg and vice versa. If you have high blood pressure, just do it for a couple of breaths. You don't want the head below the heart for too long. You're releasing the long muscles of the body, the calves, the hamstrings. If your heels automatically touch the ground, lift the hips a little higher, hollow out the belly. And release, knees to the floor. You can walk your hands back. Come back into a kneeling position. You can step forward with the left leg, right knee rests into the floor. If it's uncomfortable on your right knee, fold your mat over double, fold up a towel. But be comfortable, well balanced. On the inward breath, extend up. As you exhale, subtly scissor the legs, drop your hips down, drop your elbows, shoulder height. Inhale, extending up. Exhale, subtly scissoring the legs. So staring at a little point in the floor in front of you for balance. Feel your shoulders soft, relaxed, down and away from the neck. You're not hunched up. Elbows back behind the body, shoulder blades towards each other. That's going to open up the chest for ease of breathing. And again, slow, deep, smooth breathing. You exhale, dropping the hips down, stretching into the muscles of the legs. If you're comfortable as you are, stay as you are. If you want to stretch out a little further, inward breath, extend up. Exhale, release, hands to the floor, palms or fists. Easy option, keep your right knee into the floor, subtly scissor the legs back and forth as you have been doing. If you can go a little further, tuck the toes of the right foot underneath. Slowly, safely draw up the right knee, extend out through the crown of the head. Tuck your chin in and push out through the right heel. Previous pose warmed up hips and the legs. This takes it a little bit further. If it's uncomfortable, you're shaking again. Drop your knee to the floor. It's an indicator telling you you're going beyond your boundaries. Inhale, extending out through both ends. You're trying to work your back and the back right leg towards roughly the same plane. And release. Right knee to the floor. Both hands to the left knee. Step back comfortably with the left leg. Step up the right. Get your left knee comfortable. Strong base, good balance. Inward breath, lengthen up. Exhale, subtly. Scissor the legs, drop your hips down. And working the opposite side of the body. If you do find that one side of your body is a lot tighter than the opposite side, 6, 7 or 8 breaths in your private practices on the tight side of the body, 2, 3 or 4 breaths on the softer side. Just helps to bring that balance, that symmetry back into the body. But again, soft shoulders, open chest, and each outward breath, dropping the hips down. If you're comfortable, stay as you are. If you want to go a little further or rest, inhale, extend up. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Palms or fists, tuck the chin in. Easy option, keeping the left knee down, scissor the legs. If you can go a little further, tuck the toes of the left foot underneath. Slowly, safely draw up the left knee. Extend through the crown of the head. Push out through the left heel. A little runner's pose. And release. Left knee to the floor. Both hands to the right knee. Push into the legs. Draw yourself up. Standing position. So standing on your mat, feet are slightly apart for balance. Stand really tall. Be aware of hitting anything around you, solid objects. We're going to twist. So very gently twist to the left, lift your right heel. Twist back to the right, lift the left heel. Arms are very loose and relaxed, literally like wet spaghetti. There's no tension whatsoever. Making sure you lift that opposite heel. It's going to protect the knee, it's going to protect your back as you twist. So if you look at the pose, you're softening your ankles, knees, hips, wrists, elbows, shoulders. All the joints in the body, just release. If your arms are very loose and your hands slap around the low part of the back, you're going to wake up the kidneys. The energy from the kidneys will flow. Just a very softening exercise. Releases the muscles of the body, softens the joints. Much easier for the energy in the body to flow. And release. So feet slightly apart, standing very tall, step back with the right leg, 2 feet if you can. Toes of the right foot angle in towards the body. You can turn your shoulders parallel alongside of the mat. Draw your arms up. Bury the right foot, comfortably bend the left knee. You want to try and have the left knee directly above the left ankle. It protects both joints. Occasionally look back down your right arm to its level, your chest is open. And then if you can, vision down the front left arm. So it's a side warrior pose, building strength and stamina into the legs. If you want to work your arms, fingertips to the ceiling, push the palms to the sides. You're going to work the underside of the arms. And again, soft shoulders, open chest. Feel yourself working the legs. You're slowly working that left thigh towards parallel. If you can comfortably shuffle your legs a little further apart, you can work towards it slowly over a period of time. But it's a warrior 2 pose. Strength and stamina into the legs. And release. Hands to the hips. Swivel the feet around. Right foot turns out 90 degrees, parallel alongside of the mat. Left foot angles in. Again, you're stable. Once you're stable, draw your arms up. Bury the left foot, comfortably bend the right knee. Feel yourself drop down, sit into the legs. Opposite side. Push the palms out. Working with the breathing. Slow, deep, smooth. Spine is long, it's well balanced, sitting on top of the hips. And release. Hands to the hips. Swivel the right foot around. Very simply, inch by inch. Shuffle the feet up. Slightly apart, slightly wider than the hips. Draw your arms up. Palms up, fold your arms over and starting little circles, slowly building. Try to balance your head very nicely on top of the spine. It's going to allow the muscles in the upper back and the neck to relax and release. Shoulders are just like the hips, they're a ball and socket joint. You're working the shoulders to a fuller rounder rotation. You're lubricating within the shoulder joint. And then back in the opposite direction. Start small, slowly building. So you're going to feel your shoulder blades moving around in the upper back. Getting a little back massage, letting go of more tension. So this is where many people hold tension. Upper back, neck, shoulders. Very simple exercise, if done on a regular basis, can help alleviate some of that physical tension in those areas. And elbows towards each other at the very front. Inward breath, elbows back, open up the chest. And release, elbows to touch. Inhale, draw the elbows back, open the chest. Exhale, arms to the sides, palms down, relax your arms down. And just shake your shoulders out, feel them release and loosen, soften the spine a little. And when you're ready, lower yourself down, comfortable seated position. You can sit cross-legged, back against a wall, on your haunches, whatever's good for you. We're going to go into a very, very powerful breathing technique now called Nadi Shodhan. If your nose is blocked, just breathe. Slow, deep, smooth through the mouth. But if you can, draw up your right hand. Place your index finger in between your eyebrows. Block off your left nostril with the middle finger. Inhale through the right nostril only. Block the right nostril off the thumb. Open up the left nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the left nostril. Block it off with the middle finger. Open up the right nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Block it off the thumb. Open up the left nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the left. Block it off with the middle finger. Open up the right nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Block it off the thumb. Open up the left nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the left. Block it off with the middle finger. Open up the right nostril. Exhale. Just keep your eyes closed, working to this breathing rhythm. Feel your breathing to slow automatically as you breathe through one nostril instead of two. If your mind is harnessed to or resting on the rhythm of the breathing and you slow it, as we've said, in turn you calm the mind. So when you breathe through one nostril instead of two, automatically you're going to slow the breath. If your mind is resting on the rhythm of the breathing and you slow it, in turn you calm the mind. The breathing technique itself is called Nadi Shodhan. Nadis, or the meridians, are the subtle tubes in the body that the energy, the chi or the prana, flows through. Shodhan means to purify. So this Nadi Shodhan breathing technique cleans out the subtle energy channels of the body and just allows the energy to flow more fluently. It's a very balancing breath. Brings balance between the body's fight and flight response, the body's relaxation response. When you breathe through the left nostril, you stimulate the right hemisphere of the brain. When you breathe through the right nostril, you stimulate the left hemisphere of the brain. It brings balance between the activities of the two hemispheres of the brain. Again, if your mind wanders, just draw it back to the breathing. Just one more breath, trying to finish off if you can as you exhale through the right nostril. It just completes a cycle of the breathing. When you have finished, you can relax your hands comfortably into your lap. Draw your focus back on the breathing through both nostrils or the mouth, whatever is comfortable for you. And when you are ready, you want to lie back now for relaxation. It's the relaxation at the end of the class where you assimilate all the benefits of the stretching and the twisting. So if you can, stretch your legs out slightly apart. Feel your feet fall naturally to the sides. Your arms are a little out to the sides of the body, palms up, again, soft fingers. Wriggle those shoulders away from the neck. Start to soften the face, close your eyes, and understand there's no reason to hold any tension in the body. The body is soft even before we start. I'm going to walk you through with the breathing, just letting go of any additional tension in the body. So first of all, draw your focus into the back of the scalp. As you inhale, feel the back of the scalp to open up and expand. As you exhale, let it go. Feel it sink into the floor. Very soft, very relaxed. Soften your eyes, soften your cheeks. Temples and forehead relax. As you inhale, feel your shoulders to open up and expand to their full capacity. As you exhale, release your shoulders. Feel them melt into the floor. As you inhale, forming tight fists with both hands, contract the muscles of your arms. As you exhale, feel the arms soften into the floor. No tension, no tightness. Soft fingers, if you can, little hand position, chin mudra, top of the thumb, top of the index finger touching. Inhale, feel your chest and your ribs to rise naturally. Exhale, soften your chest, soften your ribs back towards the core of the body. Inhale, feel your abdominals to rise naturally. As you exhale, soften your abdominals, muscles and organs back towards the spine. Take a really deep breath, open up and expand every cell of the back as one. As you exhale, soften the back into the floor. No tension, no tightness. Draw your focus into the buttocks and the back of the legs. As you inhale, feel the buttocks to tighten or to clench. As you exhale, soften the buttocks. Release the back of the thighs. Soften the back of the knees. Feel your calves to also release and completely relax. You can draw your focus towards your feet. Feel your ankles to soften. Your toes to let go. Little toe across to the big toe. Soles of the feet to release. And finally, feel the back of the heels to settle. And on the next inward breath, taking a really deep breath, open up and expand every cell of the body as one. Tip of the toes to the top of the head. As you exhale, just let it go. The body sinks into the floor. No tension, no tightness. If you can feel any tightness in a particular area of the body, breathe into that area. Inhale, expand it. Exhale, soften. So the body is relaxed. Let your mind rest now. There's the option of resting on the rhythm of your breathing, slow, deep, smooth. Or also just give the mind one thing to do. Let it rest on the beautiful sound of the mantra in the background. But the body is physically relaxed, your mind is calm. You can lie back for just a couple of minutes. It's very, very beneficial. Very, very slowly start to draw your focus back into the body. You can do this by wriggling your toes, wriggle your fingers. You can bring your hands up to touch your face very lightly. If you've got the room, stretch your arms up behind you, legs out in front of you, lengthen the body. And just in your own time, roll onto your right side recovery position. It just allows your blood pressure to regulate itself, so when you do sit up, you do stand up, you don't get dizzy. And when you're well and truly ready, just pushing into your left arm, draw yourself up, comfortable, seated position. So the physical yoga has comforted the body, the breathing, the relaxation has calmed the mind. Very, very easy now to step into meditation. The most powerful, fun, natural form of meditation is called kirtan, singing of mantras to music. So I'm going to call out a very simple little mantra. Om, Hari, Om. When I call it out, listen and then join in when you are comfortable. But you don't want your mind to wander, just gently draw it back. Let it rest on that beautiful sound of the mantra. So when you sing, it's very, very easy to keep the mind under control. Just rest it in the sound of the mantra. Om, Hari, Om. So very gently, just let the mantra fade. Draw your focus back onto the breathing. Just very, very gently open up your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much. Have a good day.